Welcome to the Coaching Hive podcast. I'm thrilled you're here for today's episode. It is a new month, and at the start of every month, I find myself sitting down with Carrie Green inside the Female Entrepreneur Association to participate in our CEO Power Hour. Now, by sitting down with Carrie, I actually mean I, along with 100 or so other people, all hop on Zoom with Carrie, who shares her time and energy with us. We reflect and talk about the past month. What were we thinking, doing, feeling inside the business? What were the outcomes of our actions? We also examine the monthly metrics, what stays and what goes. Then we shift to the future. We take these reflections and decide how to proceed with the upcoming month. The coming month may include changes or pivots we want to make and goals we have for our business. The process is eye-opening, no matter how many times I do it. It provides insights that you don't get from just regular goal setting. Goal setting alone doesn't have a reflective nature by default. It is prospective, and your goals can become detached because of that forward look. When you combine the review of the previous month with a look to the coming month, it is easier to know when you need to pivot. And I recently introduced this idea into the Coaching Hive Elite program, and they were head over heels in love with it. Now, while this is the first day of the month and I am thinking about CEO Power Hour, I encourage you to engage in your power hour, of course. But this episode, it's actually about pivoting and the pivoting that comes as a result of a power hour reflection. If you're ready, grab your notebook and a pen and let's dive in. I'm Dr. Maura, and this is the Coaching Hive podcast. Do you remember the Friends episode where Ross, Rachel, and Chandler are carrying a couch up the stairs and Ross yells, "Pivot!" Ross is yelling pivot, but Chandler and Rachel aren't quite sure how to pivot. They figure out long before Ross that the pivoting isn't working. That little clip where Ross is yelling pivot over and over and over has a few valuable lessons for us as business owners. First, pivoting in your business isn't always tidy. Let's face it, that couch got stuck. Number two, pivoting doesn't always happen the way you say. Ross kept saying pivot, but the couch wouldn't move that way. And number three, pivoting takes coordination of efforts. He couldn't do it himself. He had to rely on Chandler and Rachel to help him with that couch. These lessons lead to the question, how do you pivot in a way that allows you to keep your sanity, keep your clients happy, and create the change necessary for your business to grow in a way that's congruent with your goals? The first step is to look at the data. Pivoting can bring about considerable anxiety or angst. You build your carefully thought out business and then realize that something isn't quite right. Have you ever been there? Bet you have. Most of us have. But the challenge lies in not wanting to let down your clients or feel like you're giving up on your business or a piece of your business. It's during this moment, this time, that data can be particularly beneficial. What do you look at? Well, that depends on your business. If you are a course creator thinking about shifting your course offerings, look at the completion rates, engagement with the content, feedback, and market stats on what people are searching for and willing to purchase. If you are a membership site owner making changes to your membership, go ahead and look at retention and attrition rates. Examine your exit survey data to see why people are leaving, and explore how your members use your deliverables each month. What if you have a product to sell? Look at the cost to produce versus what you can charge. Explore what customers typically buy with the product. Do they often purchase it as a single item and never return to your business for other products? Or is this something that provides the foundation for future or same-day purchases? By looking at the data, you can better make an informed decision about necessary or desirable pivots in your business. It isn't just about the data, however. After all, you started your business as a way to feed your heart and soul, at least to some extent. I know this varies based on business. What happens when you look at the data telling you that a pivot isn't necessary, but you feel deep down that you need to make a change? What happens then? Perhaps this piece of your business is draining you or doesn't feel in alignment with what you want to pursue for the next 15 years. But on the other hand, maybe it is as simple as not just fitting into your season of life. Maybe it just doesn't fit in right now. You like it, you love it, you could do it for 15 years if you weren't in this exact season of life. What are you supposed to do? Because the data says what you're doing works, but your heart and your mind are saying no. You have to find a balance. You might be able to pivot simply by engaging some help to deliver the service or create the product. Does this buy you enough leeway that you can work through the season with more ease? But maybe you're thinking, it's not about a season of life. What happens when your business no longer feels in alignment with what you want to do? You have a more significant decision to make at that point, don't you? The pivot isn't a slight veer to the right or left. It might be a 180-degree turn. The business you built might be doing well, or maybe it's floundering, but it isn't in alignment any longer with what you want or who you are, perhaps. Pivoting becomes necessary, but you must keep your clients in mind to make the pivot successful. Let me give you an example. Recently, I began the process of closing one of our Coaching Hive memberships. Looking at the data, I could see that the members' needs weren't what the membership was offering. They needed help implementing their business ideas in a more hands-on way, help with messaging and marketing in their business, and accountability. When I really looked at it, the data shows that the Coaching Hive Elite membership does precisely this, but our regular Coaching Hive membership wasn't hitting these needs similarly. The alignment was also a little bit off for me. When I started the Coaching Hive 2 years ago, I had no idea that I would dig into messaging for businesses. I love it though, because it allows me to do group and one-on-one work as my time allows. Get a creative outlet and have an opportunity to serve new entrepreneurs working on getting their businesses out into the world so that they can help even more people. So I had to release what wasn't functioning optimally to focus on a new vision. So at the end of September, I closed the doors to our regular Coaching Hive membership. But here's the thing. This is why you keep clients in mind. I didn't just close the doors and stop. I pivoted with my clients in mind. Even though I stopped their membership payments at the end of September, they have 3 more months of live calls and the opportunity to join the Elite program at a special rate. I met with them individually to help them identify the next steps in their business. I'm pivoting with my clients in mind. I'm helping them think through the next step. Pivoting isn't just about data. It's not just about your heart. It's also about your clients and allowing yourself to serve all 3 purposes. Pivoting is not easy. It is not neat, and it definitely takes time. But pivoting can help you reach your goals when you plan them out. And that brings us to our action item for today. You know, I love to share an action item with you so that you kind of take a look and put into action what we've been talking about, hence the term action item. I want you to take a look at your business this week. Look at what is working and isn't working the way you'd like. With the data, with your heart and your clients in mind, what can you shift in the upcoming month? How can you better serve your needs and those of your clients? Maybe it's a tiny adjustment, or maybe it's the beginning of a more significant pivot. Either way, begin exploring what needs to happen for your business to be in alignment and be profitable. After all, we are just about at the end of 2022. We are heading into a brand new year, and you want to set your business up and yourself up for success. Let's take a moment to bring everything back together from today's episode. Pivoting isn't easy, it isn't neat, and it takes time. But when you plan it out, pivoting can help you reach your goals and build a business that is congruent with you. You need to look at the data, explore what is in your heart, and keep your clients or customers in mind as you pivot. Pivoting's normal. It is a part of being in business. It signifies that you are engaged in your business and you are always looking for ways to improve. This brings me to something I shared in episode 91 last week, the Entrepreneur Resource Bundle. As an entrepreneur, you need resources to run your business. It helps when you have guides, mentors, and experts who have gone before you and explored what works and what doesn't, so that you can choose these pivots with a little bit more ease. But it can be hard to find guides and experts and mentors in our online world. But coming up on November 14th, you will have access to 14 experts in the business world, and they are offering you their wisdom at no cost. You will have the opportunity to learn about content creation, sales pages, getting into a creative state of mind, accountability, creating a one-liner for your business, Instagram growth, wealth generation, internet security, and so much more. You might be thinking, there's got to be a catch to this. 14 experts? No cost? There's got to be a catch. Here it is. The catch is that the bundle will only be available for 4 days. But beginning on November 14th, you can access the Entrepreneur Resource Bundle and choose the resources you'd like access to before the vault closes. To prepare, go ahead and mark November 14th on your calendar and then list the areas in which you struggle in your business. The list will help you better identify your most meaningful offers, but honestly, you're going to want to grab them all. 14 business experts in one place at no cost to you. What could be better? Maybe some apple pie, but not much else. If you have any questions leading up to November 14th, please send me a message on social media. As you know, I'm on Facebook at Coaching Hive Life, Instagram at Coaching Hive, and Twitter. You can get me at Coaching Hive as well. Alrighty, that's all I have for you today. So start thinking about the upcoming month. What will you keep the same? And what will you change? Do you need a slight veer off your path or a complete pivot as we finish the year? I trust our conversation has provided value as you continue to build your business. I always love hearing from you about your business, what challenges you're experiencing, and how you've put into action these podcast episodes. So feel free to reach out, send me a message, leave a review wherever you're listening to this podcast. I look forward to seeing you back here next week for another episode of the Coaching Hive podcast, where a focus on mentoring and community removes the overwhelm of building your successful and profitable business and adds in a dose of momentum. Until next time, have a healthy, safe, and happy week.